Well, well. We're going to talk about the last 6 signs. Yes, we are. I don't know. I just felt like I'd stand up and make an entrance and get you guys' attention. I'm not your average astrologer. I'm kind of obnoxious. I'm kind of talkative, and I'm kind of out there, but I think I'm fun-loving nonetheless. I did a makeup look, and I did want the original YouTube video that ended up being 40 minutes was me putting on this Cleonod anil as a color, and it's a multi-chromatic. It's supposed to look purple, blue, and green on my lid. So if you see that throughout the video, enjoy it. And then what WTF is the color that I used by Jeffree Star, and it has a Thrive lippy over it. And I did go in with an Ofra donut on the cheeks, and we're here to roll. Okay, we left off with Virgo, guys, and you know, Virgo's birthdays are between August 23rd and September 22nd. What do we know about Virgo? We do know Virgo has also got Mercury, but they're the feminine version of Mercury because they're more introvert. So I want you guys to kind of understand when I say introvert and extrovert. Extrovert stands for masculine. Super unfair, I know, because I'm the last thing but an extrovert, and I'm a female. And a lot of us that are females are very outspoken. But in astrology, and in Hellenistic astrology, and in the old days, feminine meant that you were, you know, the introvert of the sign. So in this case, that is exactly what's happening. I just want you to know that. Now, what are Virgos known for? What are they known for, guys? They're known for being conscientious. They're known for being, like, fact-checking everything. And to them, everything's a chess game in their head. They literally are inquisitive, and they're constantly rolling. They're constantly rolling and trying to gather up information and collect it. They're actually pretty awesome people. I mean, in my opinion, they're mutable. So they're, like, super... You know, you can kind of really have them get along with anybody. And I know a lot of people who have... I have a good friend that's got... I don't want to call her out, but she's got a stellium in Virgo, and she's just about the most awesome person I've ever met. And she's like, she admins over several beauty groups. She's super responsible. Super responsible is one thing, and A-type personality was another that I wanted to say. But I'm not being judgmental. I'm like really genuinely saying it in a kind way, because we all need those people in society. If somebody wasn't picking up and making things organized, who in the heck would? I mean, I'm just saying Virgo energy is not bad energy. It's good energy. And they do feel like they're kind of forgotten a lot. A lot of the earth signs do. They get that forgotten feeling. I kind of need to move along because I made a 40-minute video before, but I planned on not doing that this time. Now, Libra, I have a lot to say about them, so oh my gosh, I better move fast. My Libras that are born between September 23rd and October 22nd, you guys are the masculine air in your cardinal, okay? Because right around then is when the leaves change and we start seeing fall. So, of course, you're a cardinal sign if you're born during the 4 seasons. And that's kind of something fun for you guys to understand and know. And as we move along with this Astro 101 that I'm doing with you, I want you to be aware of your modalities, be aware of like your different, you know, elements. I want you to be aware of pretty much everything I'm explaining. So to have Libra be, you know, the masculine energy, you're thinking, what the freak? It's Venus rules Libra. But Venus also rules Taurus. And remember what I said about the introvert and extrovert? Come on. Okay, how many of you know a Taurus? Do you consider them, and how many of you know a Libra? Probably 10 of you could, right off the top of your head, think of 5 Libras you know, because they're very extrovert. And of course, like I said, the extrovert is the masculine energy. Now, if you know a Taurus that's extrovert, that's, you know, it happens. They might have a moon in freaking Leo. I mean, you don't know. We're going to go through the moon signs after we finish this. The very next video, I've decided it's a moon sign video. You guys are going to love that one because moon signs are a little bit different. They affect you differently. They're your emotions, okay? So we slip right into Scorpio, October 23rd to November 24th, which to people that date will confuse people because the other dates were all in the earlier part, 21st, 19th. So it's getting, you know, a little later in the year, later in the months that these are coming up. Will be confusing to a lot of people because, yeah. But it's later in the month because we started earlier in the last one. So, I mean, Scorpio is the feminine version of Mars because it is the introvert version of Mars. But Pluto came and took over. So it's got basically two rulers. Its initial ruler, if you practice all of astrology, Hellenistic and whatnot, originally Mars ruled over Scorpio, and it is as well as ruling over. And that's how I practice it. And whenever I think of Scorpio, I think more of Mars than I do Pluto, in fact. But not so much, because Pluto is the reason I feel that Scorpio is the most sign of extremes, because they are very extreme, okay, in a lot of ways. It's like they love or hate you. They're you know, they have a lot of idealism. They have a lot of drive because of the Mars energy. You know, they obviously are water signs, so they have an incredible amount of intuition, which I am very, you know, proud of them for that. They're a fixed sign, so they're super kind of stubborn. But then again, they also are like connected. You know, they're a fixed sign, and you know how I pair them all the time with Taurus. For those of you who watch me on a regular on the Facebook Lives and whatnot, I pair them on a regular with a Scorpio. I mean, with a Taurus, because they both have that possessiveness in love. And when you have Pluto extremes in your chart, you'll understand what I mean by expressiveness. They're expressing their excessiveness and their possessiveness in love. Wow, that all rhymed. But your Sagittarius is November 22nd to December 21st, and it's masculine fire. You know, this one is, you know, a mutable sign, and Sagittarius are optimistic. They're archers. They're shooting for the sky. They are visionaries. They are going somewhere, but they're going somewhere on their own. I'm kidding. They value their independence, just like Aquarius is. They're very valuable of their independence. They are amazing people. They're the ninth house sign of higher learning, philosophy. They love anything metaphysics, anything esoteric. They're there. I've read probably at least 100 Sagittarius charts. Sagittarius are one of my favorites, I'd say. I mean, I think they all have something in them that I love, that are endearing to me. But their Capricorns are December 22nd to January 19th, and they're cardinal feminine, okay? Saturn, okay? Remember that, Saturn, okay? Because Aquarius is Saturn as well, masculine. Cardinal is what this sign is, and usually following a cardinal sign is your next sign would usually be a fixed, and then your third sign of that element would usually be mutable. So sometimes it doesn't always follow that, and I'll show you the exception. So your card, the two things I have to say about Capricorn and Aquarius is that people say, wow, there's not a whole lot to say about them. I'm always asking, can you tell me more about Capricorn? Okay, I'll tell you a good deal about both of them. The first thing I have to say about Capricorn is they feel alone in the world a lot. They do. They do, because they're hard at work in a steady manner. I call them my Fortune 500s on my lives and Facebook. But they're steadily working, and they feel as though they're alone in the world. That like there's nobody that's like listening to them or there for them. And it sucks. Like they feel that way. But they feel like it's either that or there's basically gold diggers or people that follow or that are there to gain. And they're very good at spotting if you're that person, by the way. So don't be that person with my Fortune 500s. But they have a woe is me attitude, and they can have a dry, sarcastic side to them. So, you know, but they are very easy to get along with and very easy to talk to on a like one-on-one level, I feel. I've had very good conversations with Capricorns, very bonding experiences and talking experiences with Capricorns. They're pretty down-to-earth people and easy to talk and have a relationship with. They're looking for a relationship. They're looking for a connection. They're looking for something that gives them somebody in their life that it gives meaning to all the work they put into the things they do. Like their Cancer, their home, their hearth, their person at home that's going to take care of everything while they're out there making that Fortune 500 money or what have you. But they want that partner that's going to love them, and they're there. That's kind of like they're searching for in their life. They're really searching for that security and that person that's going to share all that with them. So that's what I have to say about that. So you wanted to hear a little more about Capricorn. I figured why not on YouTube, if anywhere, right? Well, if we want to hear more about Aquarius, is what I have to tell you about Aquarius is they're weird. They're not aliens, but they're weird. They are very aware of the collective. And I'm going to tell you, my birthday's February 23rd, so as I say that, the words coming out of my mouth, I'm very close to being one, so I feel like I almost have a right to say that. Almost, my best friend's an Aquarius. I have never met an Aquarius that I really didn't hit it off with. Then there's people who never hit it off with one. I just feel as though I hit it off with them because they're kind. They're known for friendliness, by the way, but they're one of a kind. And they love the avant-garde, and they love to, and maybe they like me because I'm an astrologer. I don't know, but every single one that I meet, it's a positive interaction, and I feel like they have a general mind and concern of the collective. They do care about the future and the way this world is, the direction this world is in. So they are very, very mindful of like how things are in this world, and I really kind of love that about them. I really do. I can say that they have that. I don't know, that intuitive way of knowing what the vast population needs. You know, like they're very good radical leaders. Like they would be a very good person to say, you know, I'm fighting for this cause. And they'd be the leader, like a guru and the leader of the group that's fighting for that cause. So as we have our Uranus energy. But their Saturn is their secondary ruler. Before Uranus came around, you all must know this. You must know it. Because Saturn stands for what's traditional. Saturn stands very much for what's traditional. However, because, you know, years have rolled on and we found other planets and discovered, it did not make sense to have them consecutively next to each other. Because remember what I told you about the rulers, you know, that to have them consecutively next to each other, having a Capricorn and Aquarius both ruled by Saturn, it just never made sense in astrology. So you don't hear it very often about Saturn being a ruler over Aquarius, and you don't hear people dissertate anything and talk about Saturn in relation to any Uranus energy at all, because they're considered to be opposite energies now. So it's very conflicting in an Aquarius's life, you know. And I would like to elaborate and do an entire video on how Aquarius is affected in that manner further down the line, but today I'm not going to. As Saturn is conservative and Uranus is considered to be up and coming and new, and what's away with the old and in with the new type of energy. The only thing Aquarius are notoriously known for bad is the fact that they don't emotionally connect a lot. Like they're easily disconnected emotionally, but that's an air sign problem. Except for maybe with a Libra. Libras are looking to have that connect in a very big way. But, you know, they're looking for it, but they can go without flinching. I mean, I can have seen it in air signs. And I've seen it in fire signs sometimes, but not as much. But air signs the most. Next video shall be moons. Namaste. I love you guys. Take care.